Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Sports Corner with the Conn Man on the Sports Wave Network. Today, I have with me a very special guest. She goes by the name of Ash Orndorff. Now, for those folks who may not know about her, when she gets on, I'll let her tell her story. But on her last visit here, she made such an impact, and I'm sure she's going to talk about how it all started and, her upbringing. She was one of the best high school ball players in the country and what happened to her. I'll let her go on with that. But now she's also involved with the AAU as well. And she puts out a lot of fundamental videos. And, I'm just so proud of her, what she's been doing and to overcome that adversity that she had to go through. And as she'll tell you, it takes guts. It takes we call them scoliomes, but it takes some guts to go ahead and do what she's doing, to fight for what she believes in. And when she does come on, I know she was hurrying on from work, so I'm sure she'll come on whenever she gets here. But until that time, what about last week's guest, huh? Imagine that. Hoop Dreams stars, after Agee and William Gates. That was a I didn't think I was going to be able to get them on the show, but they came on and it was great. I had a great time. Those are two outstanding individuals and what they went through, and the big thing about it, when they were doing the movie, they were not allowed to have to receive their scholarships. So imagine that. They took away the scholarships, but they still went on to play. And it was just a great interview. If you guys get an opportunity, flick back and check it out because it was an outstanding. They did a great job. While I'm waiting for Ash to come on, there's a time difference, so things happen of that nature. But she will be on as soon as she can. I don't want to say too much because I want her to tell her story. I'm giving her the platform to say what she got to say, and looking forward to that as well. But in the meantime, we talk about basketball up in here, so we get the big game tonight with the Knicks. Now they're questioning whether the big guy he's questionable. So I don't know what's going to happen. I don't think the Knicks going to go out tonight. I really don't think so. I mean, there'll be the third time in a row that they get beat at the Garden. I don't foresee that happening tonight. I think Brunson's really going to come out of his bag. And I think, they got to leave it all on the table. So I predict the Knicks will win tonight. As far as Oklahoma City is concerned, well, whoa. They got everything. They got inside, outside. They got the perimeter shooting. They got the defensive pressure. They pressure the ball 94 feet, 84 feet, whatever you want to call it. They pressure full court. They all play together. They're very unselfish. As SGA, he bought Rolexes for his whole team. That says a lot. Usually football players do that. Not too many basketball players do that, but that goes to show what type of individual that he is. You know what I mean? So it was great watching them play because it brought back the old days, like my Pistons. My boy Zeke, y'all know that, and everybody hates him. But yeah, when the Pistons were playing, they played that rough style where they didn't really give up much. You know what I mean? But they remind me a little bit of the Detroit Pistons of old. But they're young. And the thing about it, they are in a good situation, but they're also in a bad situation because, they got some guys right now. We got SGA, he's making the max. Then you got Williams. Now, if he performs the way he's capable of, guess what? He's going to be eligible for a max. And then you get Chet Holmgren, right? If he, by some chance, makes Defensive Player of the Year or leads the league in rebounding, that would put him up for an extension and a max contract as well. So they're going to decide what they're going to do in that regard. But that's a good thing to have. They got an outstanding team. Right now, their payroll is good. They don't have to have very much movement, and they still got picks. They still got picks from the Giddey situation. So they still have picks, and they're able to do a lot of things. So you got to watch out for them. You got to watch out for the Houston Rockets. They have many picks. They're real young. Once they get rid of Van Fleet with his major I don't know how much he makes, 50 mil, whatever he makes. Once they get rid of him, then they can concentrate on bettering that team. Maybe they go get a Giannis or maybe a KD. You don't know. I'm just telling you, it's hey, you guys know where KD went to school, right? He went to Texas. So I'm just saying, I'm just putting it out there. I don't know. I personally think that he's going to stay in the East Coast. I think he might just stay with the Milwaukee Bucks. That's my guess. It's the NBA is really interesting. They got that second apron and all that stuff. It's interesting that there's a reason why they did it. You guys know why they did it, and I can understand the reason why. They want to keep the teams competitive, and they don't want team players switching so much. The elite players, or if they do, they'll make parity in the NBA. But it's interesting. Now we're going to talk about the out here. I'm from the Boston area, New Bedford, Mass, to be exact. And we got the Boston Celtics. They are in a real dilemma. They haven't actually sold the team yet, but they're going to be the new owners will be purchasing the team for, I guess, $6 billion. So that's interesting. So they got to deal with that. They got to deal with the fact that team's going to be gone for the whole year. Brown's got to step it up. They got some very big contracts as well. Brown makes over $300 million. So I think it's going to be like a what do you call it? A year where I don't think that much is going to be expected of the Celtics. I think they get a year to regroup. They'll be competitive, but I think they're going to regroup and see what they're going to do as far as there's some talk about them trying to get Cooper Flag. I don't see it. I really don't see it. I don't think they're gonna Dallas is gonna give up that number one pick because you got a franchise player there that could be there for 10, 15 years. You know what I mean? And the thing about Cooper Flag's game, even though he's not really a high rise, he can jump, but his game is more, where he don't rely so much on his leaping ability, and that can, make for a longer career as well, because you don't have them crazy injuries with your knee by jumping all the time. You know what I mean? So I think it'll be a great factor. I don't foresee Dallas giving up that pick at all. Now with the second pick, watch out for San Antonio. Ooh, watch out for them. We don't know what they're gonna do. So that's very NBA is very, very interesting. You know what I mean? There's gonna be so much going on. I think whatever Giannis does is going to be a back flip up, but back to what happens to everybody else. You know what I mean? But the landscape of the NBA, I think, is very good as well. I'm very pleased this year watching it. I just don't like the damn complain. The players complain so much. It takes away from the game. You know what I mean? If you watch almost all the elite players, every time that their hands up, hey. You know what I mean? Just play the damn game. You're making $40 million. Just play the damn game. Every time they get bumped, or if you call foul on them, why'd you call foul on them? That part of the game, I got really, the referees, even though I'm a referee, so of course, you know me. But referees that go out there, do you have any idea how hard it is to become the NBA referee? You guys have no idea what they have to go through, the process. And, they go out there, they do the best they can. You got 10 players out there who larger than average size, who can flat out jump, speed, quickness. It's on a different level. Those games are not hard. Not easy to officiate because there's so much talent, and damn well everyone's trying to gain an advantage. So you got to weigh their options, whether how much advantage you're going to give, let them play, let them not. There's a lot of, and believe me, you guys, I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. After every game, their tape is brought to the hotel. And they go through every single play, and it's scrutinized. Usually there'll be an NBA representative, will go over and discuss, whatever. And it's very, very intense. Go do a boys club game. Go do a CYO game. You'll see for yourself. Now, imagine putting it at that level. You know what I mean? But while we're waiting on Ash, we might have to reschedule Ash because I know we were supposed to be 7th. Then I have a little difficulty with the West Coast. You know what I mean? Like last week, Chicago time, they thought it's like an hour ahead or something. So we get a little confusion when that arises. But what I'll probably do, because we get the game coming on tonight, I don't want to take up all your time because you already know I got a big mouth. And what I will say though, I think we're gonna have to reschedule Ash. I know she's trying to make it home. I think she thinks it's gonna be at 8:00 East Coast time. It's supposed to be 7:00 East Coast time. But that happens. Things like that happen. So I guess I got to do a better job of it. I guess explaining it. But I do put Eastern time. But again. But what I will say about Ash before I go, I'm just so damn proud of her because when you all hear it, that's why I don't want when you hear her story, it's how can I put it? It's emotional, it's disgusting, and she came out of it. She came out of it on top, and I am so proud of because a lot of people wouldn't do what she did because you got to go out there. I don't want to tell the story too much. I'm gonna try to have her on tomorrow night, and because I'm excited to have. I want her to tell her story. I want to give her flowers and let her story go. So I'll talk to my producer Keith, see if we can do something tomorrow. Oh, is she back on? I think she's on.
Now tomorrow's prom night, so it got to depend.
We might then guess what? Prom night takes precedence. But you know what, boss? She knows it's 7:00 Eastern time, but she said she got out of work and whatever. So
just give her a minute. I mean, you can chop it up and big deal. I mean,
yeah, no. I was just talking about the NBA, the playoffs thus far, what's going on, and I was just recently talking about the referee.
Yeah, some of them refs need to be looked at. Making them horrible calls, but I mean, what can? But I haven't complained too much. The refs actually hasn't been bad lately throughout these playoffs. I think they're calling some games may be letting stuff go a little bit more.
True.
Which is I like that they let stuff go, and then you get the little ticky tack stuff. I'm like, okay, now every play is a foul. Like, come on. So
right.
I mean, call it both ways. Call it down the middle. If they're gonna be physical down this end, let the other end be the same way. Just keep it
consistent. You want them to be consistent. That's what you want. Right.
It ain't like the little kids and the kids. And then that's when the parents get all crazy. They start yelling at the ref. Like, why? It's a game. I've seen it this year. This with my kids. Well, not my kids. We was using the gym for the other ages because we had the nicer gym. So they was like, all right, well, let's go here. And some of the one lady ref that the league has, she's good. Like, she a stickler. Like, if your foot is on the free throw line, nope, she'll call that. Like, violation, she'll get you. That's why we tell everybody, make sure you are behind that line when you shooting that free throw. She don't want nothing on your wrist. She tell you, she like take everything off, and then if you don't, that's a tech though. But I like her though. She got into it with one of the spectators. He was saying stuff to her, and she was like, well, you ain't supposed to be talking to me like that or whatever. So she did warn him. Then she started talking again. She threw him out. And he wanted to come back in and get threatened. The cops had to be called. I'm like, why are we calling the cops for 10-year-olds?
Makes no damn sense whatsoever. When you're dealing with the AAU and things, that's going to happen. Not in any of the games that I've done, but I watched on Facebook. One of the kids had an earring, and they asked them to remove it, and the parents went berserk. And they got thrown up.
Now where in the NBA where your jury at? They don't. Right. Yeah. The NFL, you can get away with it a little bit because you can tuck the chain in. That's different. The court, you're not supposed to have nothing, no jury on, nothing in your ears, nothing.
And in the rule states right before. Matter of fact, when you go in a lot of the gymnasium, they got it right on the wall. Some of them do anyway. Down here they do to let them right off the rip. It's right there. Look, it's right there in black and white. But
it all depends on some of the refs is pick, lenient if it's like a wristband or something,
right.
something, a sleeve, something with basketball that's not jewelry. I mean, they'll let you go. If it's a wristband or sleeve,
right,
no bracelets, even if it's the rubber ones, they don't want nothing around your wrist.
And like with the earrings, sometimes referees will allow them to put some type of Band-Aid or something covering on it.
Yeah, like the one girl, I think she just got them pierced or something, and I think the ref was lenient about, like, she was like, all right, I mean, you just you can't take them out when you just get them pierced. So I mean, she was okay with that, but
right.
I just don't understand why you're going after. And first off, it's a kids game, it's kids. Two, I hate when the parents get all rah and the cussing and everything. It's 10-year-olds. It's supposed to be fun. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
And then also what that does too is the fact that you got parents acting like that, so the kids think that's the appropriate way to act. Do you know what I mean? And that develops an ongoing cycle. And like I'm getting ready to referee my year number 31 at the BBA, and it's pretty good. That the grandparents, it's in a nice setting. It's outdoors. It's quiet. You know what I mean? And they
don't let me come to your game. I'm like, Conn, don't let me be coaching. You coaching. Come on, Conn.
I know you would. I know you would.
But no, that's all in fun. Like I had the playoff game. One of the first game of the playoffs. It's funny. I had to play my cousin's team, and he wasn't supposed to coach, but the coach got suspended because when we was at a tournament, cops was being called and they suspended him for the game. So my cousin ended up coaching the team, and it was back and forth. They had a girl on the team, and I told my guys, I was like, "Why are you scared? The girl wants to play basketball like she a guy. You don't treat her like no other. She on the court."
Exactly.
Physical, go at her. She was tall. She can get some rebounds. I said, go, don't be scared. Go get it. And my little guy, who I call Little Maxie because he looks just like him. Fast like Max. He got a handle, got the hair, everything. He was clutch that night. Like he was shooting hot from the line. So what happened was we was down. And the kid from the other team decided to throw the F-bomb at the ref. He's an 8 and 9-year-old. The ref was like, nope. Boop. He kicked him out, put us to the line, and we ended up winning the game. We was down 4. We hit, I forget, we was down 4. I think we ended up winning like by 2 or 1 or something like that. But I was just like, I hate the close games because my heart can't take it. I hate those games. Let me win by 5 or something like that. I hate the close back. I don't like it. So, but I just think that overall it's got to be better. I did do some AAU and a little bit. I was an assistant coach. I wasn't the head coach, but I seen it. Them parents, it's crazy.
Oh yeah, without question. And one thing I do want to say, because I haven't mentioned it at all too much, is the fact that a lot of the AAU coaches, they do it for free. They volunteer. Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of work and effort, practice time, dealing with the parents, playing the kids. I mean, it's a lot involved. And you got to give, kudos to the people like yourself who go out their way and volunteer. I mean, you ain't got to do it. I know you enjoy it, but you ain't got to do it. So I give kudos to all those out there who are coaches and who really have the kids' concern. Best concern for them as well. You know what I mean? But the parents, parents are tough.
We had this one kid. So we had this one kid, and we played in the summer league. And you can so I got the 8U, and so you get the kids who hasn't really played, never played. You can tell they played a little bit, but they develop. And that's what we're there for, to help them and do whatever. Right. I don't care. I don't mind it.
Right.
But this one kid, oh my God, this one kid, he just cried over everything. Oh my God, he just cried over everything.
Those are the tough ones.
But he's so quick to want to get in the game. So we was winning. I mean, no, we were losing, but we had the momentum was building. Like we was coming back. Right. So I called the timeout, and I was like, had to calm him down. I'm like, we had to calm the other team's momentum down. So I was just like, we were going over what we had to do. So we went back in. He decides to take himself on the court. I got hit with a technical because he had 6 kids. I was hot. We lost the game. I was like, you cost us the game. He gonna go crying to his mama. Like, so he comes back in the summertime. No, he comes back in the fall, and I'm like, oh man, we gotta take me and the other coach. I'm like, oh, I gotta have him. He's like, I had him in flag football. It's your turn. I'm like, no. So we end up having to take some of the kids and put them in the clinic, and his mom ain't like that. He was like, oh, well, my son can't play. I was like, well, your son need to get in my head. I'm like, he needs to get developed some more. That's what the clinic is for the little kids to get developed. Now, mind you, he was 6. I have 2 6-year-olds on my team, but they're better than him.
Right.
So they're coachable. I can work with them. Him, no. So she wanted her money back. She's like, oh, I'll take him somewhere else that's going to want him. It ain't like we didn't want him. He just wasn't.
See, that's the thing, right? You know, I'm not talking about where you're at, but, you know, out here, you got 5,600 AAU teams, right? And, you know, you got maybe 10 to a team or more. And, you know, the parents got to pay all that money. And I know it's like an honor and a badge for the kids because they can go wear their shirt. Yeah, I'm playing AAU ball. And in reality, I'm going to keep it real. I might get a lot of, you know, most of them kids can't play. And you know what I mean?
Nope.
I'm being nice. Key, I'm being nice. You know, a lot of them can't. But, you know, the parents pay the money. And the kids, there's so many games in here in Massachusetts where there are so many AAU games. Like during the weekend, you may be playing 5-6 games a week. I mean, and then
sometimes 3 in a day.
Yes, you know, you know. And I don't think it's beneficial to the kids because they're really not learning because you have less practice time. I don't know. I just have, you know, there's a lot of pros about AUs and a lot of cons. I just think that, you know, here is my man Mike Samuel. He's stopping by to check us out. He got his new book. He's doing the damn thing, Key.
I know.
Yeah, he's doing good. My man.
I can't wait for the other one.
It's coming.
I know.
It's coming. It's definitely coming. But again, about the AAU situation, man, I don't know. I get upset, but I mean, it's good. It keeps the kids busy. You know, during the summer, it keeps them busy. But I think most of the kids can benefit more by having individual training or something like that. As opposed to all that damn traveling, and I don't know. That's my take on it. You know, I never played AAU. We didn't have it, even though I'm 108 years old. So we didn't have AAU when I played. You know what I mean? We didn't have that. But they had like different camps where, you know, they would take kind of the elite players, you know, like the 5-star camp. I'm sure you're familiar with that. Stuff like that. But right now with the AAU, I just think it's some money. It's a machine.
It's some money. They paid $1,200. It's not cheap to do AAU.
No.
You know, they travel to different places.
Yes.
One of my really good friends, she's a coach. Like she started out as an assistant, and then now she has her own team and everything. So I mean, she's been in it for a long time. It's the triple threat here in Philly. You know, look them up. Kalia Copper from the WNBA.
Oh, yeah.
That's where she started out at. She started playing out in North Philly with the guys. And, you know, she was good and ended up going to AAU team. So the triple threat, she was in their system. And now look at her in WNBA and she's a champion. So I think it has some guys over there too. I forget who was on the NBA level that stopped by there. But, you know, Philly has this big tournament every year. Danny Rumpf. So, everybody comes through that. AI be at the games. Some of the NBA players will come through and have teams and play. I know the Morris twins. You know, they're from Philly, so they'll come through. So, we got a lot of Philly got a lot of basketball stars if you didn't know. Jalen Duren, the Pistons.
Yes,
he's from up the road.
Really? Wow.
So since he's been in the league, he's done the summer camp. He's doing another one this year for the kids.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's great. But you know, again, like I said, the AU has a lot of great things. But I don't know. I'm a referee, so I look at it from a different
Yeah,
perspective.
you
know what I mean?
you the ones getting yelled at and that was
Yes.
a bad call, ref.
You damn
so
right.
I feel y'all pain. I couldn't do it because I've been the one yelling back.
Yeah.
So, but I get it. I'm not the type to. It's like my coaching style. I'm not a yeller. I'm not a yeller. I'm not an arguer. I might say something like, "Oh, come on now, you know that." Like I'm that type. Like I don't throw the clipboard. My friend Darian, I know you remember Spotlight when we coached together. He threw a clipboard and got a 10. He threw a clipboard and got a tech. But I'm not that type to yell or whatever. But the kids know me. Like I got a chill demeanor until I get mad. I'll tell them, I'm like, look, y'all see this score? I don't like it. Fix it. And I'm like, uh-oh.
I like that.
Jalen wanted to see me coach live, so he was on the bench and he started laughing at me. I'm like, it ain't funny because I was like, fix it. I said, y'all see this scoreboard? Fix it. I don't like it. It's too close. I don't like it. We'll fix it. So they fixed it.
You know one thing, this had nothing to do with you, Keith, but I noticed. I know you're going to agree with me. You have coaches, right, who coach only when their kids playing. What I mean by that is, you know what I mean? They coach. As soon as their kid's too old or whatever, they're gone. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I find that. I mean, are you really in there for coaching, or are you in there because of your kid?
When Jalen started playing, he's been playing football since he was 6. So he's been playing football from 6 up until now. He's 18. Basketball, he started playing when he was 7. And his first time when we lived in Jersey, their league had so if you wasn't good enough to make the travel team, you had the in-house team where you get your skills together and you played each other. It was 6 in-house teams and they all played each other. They had their own little schedule and championship and everything. So the first year he was just learning and trying out. He made his first bucket. I'll never forget. The second time he was still on the in-house team, but he developed so nice. Like I was just like, where did this come from? Like he was shooting, he fell. He reminded me of Joel Embiid, the way he was falling. What the bottom of his shoes looked like.
Right.
To the point where I got the parents talking about something. That's 7, counting how many times he fell. But that year he was MVP, not because he was my kid. Right. He deserved it, like legit. Right. He deserved it. But I had to tell him don't go in football mode because he's driving the ball and he's dipping. I'm like, no, please don't dip that shoulder. No, don't do that. So and then the next year he got to the travel team, and that's when he got his name Big Nasty.
Okay.
Because he shot left-handed for one. And he would just grab it. He grabbed everything that came his way, especially boards. When you needed a board, Jalen would give you one. That was him. So
that's it. There you go.
And one of the coaches was like, the coach got a thing against you. He would. I don't know what it was about the coach. He would never play Jalen. I don't know what it was. He would not like. I'm like, you don't want to put Jay out there. You had this one kid that was a jack. It's funny because his name was Jack and he was a jack. With just 20 points, didn't score everything, and didn't lose because you want to jack the ball up. You got 4 other people around you that's going to help out with this. Right. So then I think after that, he's like, nope, hanging it up. So he never played basketball after that. It's been strictly football. So
hey, it worked out pretty good for him, didn't it?
It did. So, but I just always like the kids. I can't go no higher than 10 because after that, that's when they got egos. They think they Steph Curry want to shoot the 3. LeBron James. No, they think they know everything. No, I'm not for it. So I'll stick to the 9. I'll stick to the 7. The 6 between 6 and 10. That's it. And that's all.
I find out too is that when I'm because I get there, I do 4 games a night and I watch because you watch the teams and make sure they have enough plays or whatever. And 99.9% of the players, first thing they do is go to the 3-point line. You can't make a damn 2, but you'll take it. Can't.
I'm all about fundamentals, and it's not even funny because when we do our layup lines, I have 5 or so in one corner and 5 in the other, so they're going full court with it. It's not, from the elbow. I want y'all to go full court with it. So when y'all get to y'all block, I need y'all to say 1, 2, lay it up. So all the kids, when they get there, 1, 2, lay it up. That's all I hear. 1, 2, boom. I said, please hit the backboard because that's your best friend. I wouldn't lie to y'all. That square, please hit that. I guarantee it'll save you. Because our league, we can't shoot the 3. They can shoot the 3, but they're going to count it as 2. So I told them, why are we shooting a harder shot when it's only still going to be 2 points?
Right. What's the answer?
The layups, and take a shorter shot that's in your range. And there's plenty of times when my guards was fast, and they pluck you off, and they going the opposite way with it. So you got to finish our layups. There's plenty of layups we done missed because they don't want to hit the square. So bring back the layups, bring back the fundamentals before you want to shoot threes.
And the thing you had mentioned, backboard. They don't realize how effective using the backboard can be. It's very effective. You get a wider space. If you
Tim Duncan was the master at that. Half his shots was off the glass.
Ask him. My man Sam Jones. But it's an effective tool, and the kids just don't understand it. They
Some of the kids I know use the backboard for free throws.
Some do it, yeah. The backboard is a gift, and a lot of people don't use it. But again, I know you do it because you enjoy doing it. I'm sure you do a great job as well, and it gives you some satisfaction knowing that you're making an impact in these young kids' lives. So that's a great thing as well. So
yeah, we teaching them the right way. I've been seeing these kids come and getting the ball and running with it. Wait a minute, where they do that at? Come on. Dribble the ball. What are we doing?
You got to have a lot of patience.
This ain't football. Plus, what I do is I implement because they're 8, 7 and 6, 7 and 8. So I got to do something that's simple, so they understand. I can't do nothing too complicated because they're not going to understand. So I have to simplify it as much as I can. We only run 2 inbounds plays. Why? Because it's simple. But it works. It's effective. I do a stack from the free throw line. I don't do the regular typical stack. I go to the free throw line. So the two people on the outside, they go to the block, and the two in the middle, they go to the block. The 2 on the outside, they're back. So they're like a safety valve. And then you got the inbounder. So that usually works because half the time they forget the other 2. Then I got another stack play, but the person in the middle goes to the block. The second person goes out to the wing to shoot.
Yeah.
The third person goes over to the other block, and then it got the guard. They go back. And the one kid I had, that was his play. Every single time he made a shot, I'm like, this is a shot. Woo! He got at least about 6 points off that inbound play. So simpleness. That's all I ask. Simple.
Keep it basic. Keep it simple. That's it. So but before we go, can you talk about what's going on with your WNBA? What's going on with Caitlin Clark and her alleged feud? What's going on with that? What you think? What's your idea on it?
The whole thing with Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark is not that Angel Reese hates her in any way. We all knew the WNBA was going to be popular once them two got into the league. More of Caitlin Clark. Angel, so Chicago Sky. I got a little issue, but they didn't bring back Kennedy Carter, who they definitely they needed. I know they got Vandersloot, who's a veteran. But Angel Reese she still needs to develop her game. And the one thing about when she was at LSU with Kim Mulkey did not develop players. So you would think when she got in the WNBA, they was going to help her. I don't think they should have fired Teresa Witherspoon. I think they should have kept her on, but we don't know what was going on in the locker room or why she got muted, but I think they should have kept her. They got Tyler, I forget his last name, but he was under Becky Hammond for the Aces. So he has championship experience. He knows. Right. Yeah. I still don't think they're not using Camila Cordorso. She is 6'7". I'm feeding her all game long.
Right. I know.
Angel Reese, once she gets a mid-range, she'll be dangerous. She's been working with Lisa Leslie, and I'm like, where have you been working out at? Because it's still the same thing. How are you blowing layups? You're blowing layups and getting your own rebounds. That's why you have 15 rebounds a game because you're getting your own misses.
Yeah. I really don't see any improvement yet. But like I said, hopefully she can develop it.
Right. So I'm just like, and she has to get a coach or somebody that's going to work with her and develop. If she gets a mid-range, Conn should be dangerous. The last game, even though they lost, I did see a little improvement, especially from Camilla. Yeah. She had 16. I think she had 16 and 9 off of 6 for 7 points or something. So Camilla was dominant. You know how she was in South Carolina. Dawn Staley fed her the ball. Feed me the ball. She is 6'7". Who was gonna block that?
Yeah, right. I hear you.
Caitlin Clark, now she's out with an injury.
Yeah, a couple weeks. Yeah,
and I still think that Indiana is still capable of winning without her. Nope, they lost to Washington.
Yeah.
What Caitlin Clark brings to the team is, for one, her and Aaliyah Boston got excellent chemistry with her and that 2-man game.
Right.
They run that pick and roll, that 2-man so well. That's how she got 27 points against the champs last week. But Caitlin Clark is an awesome facilitator. She can cut. She sees you when you passing. If you run the floor, she's going to see you.
You're going to get it.
You got to be ready for it because it's coming hot. It's coming in hot. So I mean, they have I think they'll be okay once she comes back. Dallas, Paige Beckers, she's coming into her own now.
Yeah, good.
She had to get the flow and the feel of the WNBA, the pace and everything.
Right.
I think she'll be all right. Dallas is a playoff contender if they keep it going. The Washington Mystics, I underestimated because I'm not gonna hold you. They got 2 rookies right now that is balling. Kiki Ephraim out of she went to USC with Juju Watkins, and we got Centron. She was out of, I believe she came from Georgia. Watch out for them. They're gonna be the top 3. Paige, Kiki, and Centron is gonna be running Rookie of the Year candidates.
I kind of agree.
So my Sparks, we're not going to talk about LA.
Oh yeah, you got a little problem there.
Once we get Rakia Jackson and Cameron Brink's supposed to come back in June. I think once we get that together, we'll have our core 3. Kelsey Plum can only do so much. So I'm not panicking yet.
That's early. It's early.
But Minnesota and New York is
I was getting ready to go there. I was going, hey, Collier, she is a problem.
You know what my nickname for her is? Walking bucket. Because
she's a problem. She's
MVP. She's my MVP right now.
I'm right with you. I'm right with you on it. She is a damn problem. I'm like, wow.
New York picking up Natasha Cloud.
She's a dog.
She fits right in that offense she fits right there. So they're going to be an issue. I don't know what's going on with the Aces. I know they lost some games. I know Seattle blew the brakes off of them by 20. They lost. So they need size. Asia Wilson can't do it all of herself. I know Drew Lloyd has to come in and gel as well. You lost to Kelsey Plum, but you still got Drew Lloyd. That's a perfect compliment. You didn't lose nothing.
It should be.
So I still think they got to gel together. Becky's going to get it together. They still being contenders. But they got some issues they got to work out as well. But the Sky needs to get it together because they're the only team that hasn't won yet.
That's not looking good.
If it's not looking good, I can see Tyler not having no job. Just they can cut him.
That could be a definite possibility. I tell you that.
I just feel like you're not using. Camilla has to be disciplined as well. She gets in foul trouble a lot, so she has to know when to chill out there. But if they use her right, she is unstoppable. She's 6'7". Who is blocking her shot?
Right.
So. And she got a mid-range. She can shoot a little bit. So
a little bit, yeah. Mm-hmm.
She got the post. She can get you rebounds. She can pass. So I'm waiting for my girl to get in from the Sparks. Fagan from SC. Yeah. I'm waiting for her to get in the game. Atlanta has a very good team. BG's down there. Ryan Howard. They got Tahina Pow from South Carolina. Yeah. I think she's a starter now. So I already knew when she was going to get drafted. I already knew she was going to be good. So, WNBA, I'm always excited. Like I said, I've been WNBA fan since it existed. 99 they came in. I've been a fan ever since. I like the Sparks because of Lisa Leslie, my
Yeah.
all-time favorite. So that's why I became a Sparks fan. Because of Lisa Leslie.
Right. She's one of the best. But okay, now we talked about WNBA. Before we go, who you got tonight?
I said it on the morning show this morning. I think New York pulls it out.
I do too.
Because if New York don't find a way to at least give it to Game 7, Tibbs is out of here. I think it's time for Tibbs to be gone. Not saying Tibbs is not bad, but he's known to run his players into the hole.
He's stubborn.
There's no way you should have a 7-man rotation and keep your starters playing over 40 minutes. That's how they get hurt. I.e. Derrick Rose.
That's his philosophy, and he's going just like Boston with them damn threes. That's their philosophy. They're sticking to it. I don't know. So, I mean, but I'm gonna go with the Knicks tonight. I think they're gonna come through tonight.
Brunson is, like I said, Brunson is only as good as you allow him to. I think they still need to. Mikal Bridges still need to come up. Y'all got 5. Y'all traded 5 picks for him.
You ain't lying. 5.
Gotta bring it every night. OG is gonna be OG. Cat's going to get his numbers. It's just when Cat get in foul trouble, you got to bring Mitchell Robinson off the bench. Right. If he gets in foul trouble, then who you got to play? You got to pay Precious Achiuwa.
Right, and Cat questionable, right? Isn't Cat questionable for tonight?
I think he may play. I don't think Cat wants to.
I think he's going. He better play. I don't care.
Because if he don't, the Knicks in trouble.
It's going to be ugly in New York.
But one thing I know y'all gonna go over it more tomorrow night. But I may or may not be on. But OKC, I hope they watching tapes on Halliburton, because you see how they was playing defense on Ant-Man, 94 feet. Yeah, you had Lou Dort was on his hip. Yep. Everywhere he turned, Lou Dort was there. They had help defense everywhere, so Minnesota couldn't really do nothing. So I think OKC is going. They have to get the ball out of Halliburton's hands. They're going to have to pressure him. If you take the ball out of Halliburton's hand, you're beating the Pacers.
And that's one thing, but also we got the Pacers. Like Minnesota, they relied on Ant to do damn everything, and they suffocated him. And he didn't have any help with the perimeter shooting. Whereas Indiana, you don't know who's going to come off. You know what I mean? So you don't really know who to plan for. So I think it's going to be a good series.
The finals is this. This is a heavy matchup. The matchup is favorable. They both got a deep bench. You don't know who's going to take over. Could be, you already know Chet going to get his numbers. Chet is going to have Miles Turner on him.
Yeah.
And then you got Numbard. You got Naismith, who's a great defender as well. I think he's going to be on SGA. Hartenstein. He's not there for a points guy, but he's rebounds. But he'll get you a double when you need him.
Yeah.
To. TJ McConnell can come off the bench.
I like it. You know, that's my boy. You know that.
I was upset when he left the Sixers, but TJ, TJ can give you. TJ a dog. He don't care. He fearless. He don't care how big you is. He gonna go up there out and play the game.
Yeah.
So TJ can get you a couple points off the bench. Obi Toppin, Benedict Mathurin. So I mean, the Pacers got a good team. So does OKC, and they got Watson. They got Isaiah Joe. They got the other Jalen Williams. So their bench is deep, and they both got 2 great head coaches, Rick Carlisle, Matt, and Mark Daigneault. So it's going to be a fun series. So it's finally someone new. But but Indy is going against OKC. If I'm going to place my money, I'm going to say OKC will be the first time NBA champs. So I'm putting my money on OKC to win it all.
I hear you. All right. Well, folks, I think we had enough for tonight. I'm going to get in touch with Ash and we'll reschedule. Not tomorrow because it's prom night. We ain't messing with that. But I'll get in touch with, because, my boss Key here, she knows what impact that Ash made the last time she was on. You know what I mean? So I definitely wanted to come back on, give us an update and see what's going on with her. And hopefully we'll be able to do that next week sometime. So I think that's going to be a real good show. Anything else you got to say?
No, we good. We good from there. I just had to come up because I knew because you said something. And I was like, oh, I got to chime in about these refs.
Well, folks, thank you for tuning in to the Sports Wave Network and Sports Corner with the Conn Man. I want to thank my boss, Key Williams, for joining in because you know me, I run my mouth, so she comes in to help me out a little bit, so I appreciate that. And folks, we'll be tune in tomorrow night because you know what's going on. We got the courtside view. We're gonna be doing the damn thing.
The shenanigans.
Yeah, we have a ball. We have fun, man. It's a good. You guys got to tune in 9:00 and check us out. Well, until then, folks, you guys have a great night. God bless. Take care.